Units of measurement. We're going to talk about weight today. Again, like I've said the last 2 days at the beginning of the video, the steps are exactly the same as what we did yesterday, and the steps will be at the end of the video and in the Google form. But I do want to just show you a couple examples so that you are not totally lost when you have to do it on your own in your 3 practice problems. Alright guys, so here we go. So when we are converting weight, again, we are moving those decimals either to the left or to the right, depending on which unit we need to end up in. So follow along as we walk through practice problem, number 1. So 31.9 grams equals blank decagrams. So I'm already noticing that I have 31.9 as my starting number, so I'm going to put that into my table, or maybe write it down off to the side, whichever is what you prefer. And my next step would be to write my starting number as a decimal. Lucky for us, it's already a decimal, so we don't have to do that. So now we take our 31.9 and we figure out, okay, where am I starting and where do I need to end up? I'm starting in grams, which means I'm starting in a base unit, and I need to end up in decagrams, which means I need to move over one spot to the left. So my arrow, my decimal are going to move one spot to the left, and my decimal is going to move from living between the 1 and the 9 to now living between the 3 and the 1, sorry. So now that it lives between the 3 and the 1, we are able to take a look at it and see that we have 31.9 grams, which equals 3.19 decagrams. And that was our practice together for number 1, right there. We're going to do another one. This one was us going from a smaller unit to a bigger unit, so this is why we moved our decimal to the left. In the next one, we're going to go from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, so I bet you can figure out which way we're moving our decimal this time. Here we are starting with 12.8 decagrams, and we need to know how many grams that is going to be equal to. So, as we have done before, I'm going to write it into my table so that I have it and it will help me. Again, the 12 is ending in the decagram spot, and then the decimal, and then the 8, because that's just the way it works. It's super weird and complicated. I'm sorry. So 12.8 is already a decimal, which is super easy for us as far as step 1 goes. We don't have to rewrite it. Now all we have to do is look at it and figure out how many times do I need to move, and am I going in the direction to the left or am I going in the direction to the right? So we're starting in decagrams and we have to end up in grams. Grams is a base unit, so right now I'm starting in deca and have to end up in base, which means I have to move to the right. So there's my arrow showing that I'm going to move my decimal one spot over to the right because deca is only one spot over from the base spot. So when I move my decimal from living between the 2 and the 8 to the right one time, now it lives on the end of the 8, so I have a whole number, which therefore leads us to believe that 12.8 decagrams equals 128 grams. Like I said, simple, easy, same steps regardless of what unit we're using. As long as you stick to those steps, you should be fine. So your little hint from our little weight friend is you are going from a bigger unit to a smaller unit, so you need to move your decimal to the right. Again, that will be on your practice problem slide in just 1 second. So here are your 3 conversion practice problems that you need to do for your assignment today. At the bottom, again, is the table labeled and everything. In the Google form, I will also put the steps in case you still haven't written them down, or just need them out in front of you, whichever works, and that will be there for you. All right, guys, have a good one. I will see you soon.